10 habits that can make you successful in your career and at work, but can ruin your retirement. Okay. I was talking to a friend that is on the precipice of retiring, and this topic came up, and I just thought it was interesting. I've been retired now 7 years, and looking at the drive and the skill set of this individual, I just said, you're going to have to change a few things, in retirement. And so I created this list for you. I thought it would be informative. Maybe some of them will hit. Let me know in the comments if one of these strikes a nerve with you, okay? So let's jump right into it. Number one, and these are for me, okay? Bias for action. At work, once I was 51% sure I was going to be correct, I had pretty good confidence, some data, but I didn't need to be 99%. Didn't need it. I was okay being wrong. I'd rather get 10 things done during the day and be wrong on 5 of them than to get one thing done perfect during the day. So you can accomplish a lot more with that bias for action and okay with mistakes and errors. You can get a long way in a career by doing that. Well, that's the wrong thing to do in retirement. Retirement, often doing nothing when you're dealing with finances and your investments, is the right call. Doing nothing. The stock market goes down 30%, do nothing. Goes down 50%, do nothing. Okay? That's completely different than my work career. If we lost 50% of our revenue, we'd be scrambling, putting together charts, graphs, action plans on what we're going to do in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Great behavior at work, horrible behavior at retirement. Make sense? Number two, taking calculated risk. Like I said, in my work life, I was okay taking risk. I was okay being wrong as long as I learned. If we would buy a piece of equipment expecting to get 10% more volume with this equipment or better quality, and it didn't work out, hey, we were wrong. But you need to be right a lot more than you're wrong. That's a given. But in retirement, you're playing more of a defensive game, okay? It's safety with growth, not all growth in your financial assets. Make sense? Safety is a big part of it. And this is a hard step to make. I invested 100% in growth equities my entire working career. In retirement, I don't invest that way at all. Taking calculated risk, good at work, bad in retirement. Number three, the need for control. At work, I had spreadsheets. We had project timelines. We had daily management meetings, weekly review meetings, monthly meetings. We met on everything to try to control everything that happened. In retirement, there's not a lot you can control other than you create a good plan with flexibility and ability to adapt. But the markets go up and down. You just have to have a plan that can react to that. Family issues, health issues. There are some things you can control, but a lot of the things you can't. You don't grab onto it like you're rewarded at work for. Number four, identity through achievement. This is a big one. Okay. At work, there's constant recognition in the morning management meeting, in the monthly meeting, annual performance reviews. You set production records, safety records, environmental records. There's a record for everything, right? But in retirement, those accolades don't come. They don't come. You have to get fulfillment through other means, by helping others, volunteering your time, learning, being around friends, creating experiences. Completely different than when you're working. Number five, overconfidence in logic and data. Again, work related. More data is good. More spreadsheets, more analysis, expert opinion on, we have this quality problem. We're going to bring in experts from around the world. They're all going to tell us what to do and lay it all out. Quite often in retirement, you're best off just buying index funds and letting it go. Don't use any of the logic, any of the data around PE ratios or, PE ratios is what I was thinking about. There's a chart for everything, right? Dividends, growth stocks, and future plans. It's just so much data out there in retirement. Quite often, you're best just buy an index fund, buy a money market fund, buy bond, just let it go, be boring. Number 6, problem solving everything. This is a problem for us engineers. We need therapy. Everything is a problem to be solved. And in retirement, it's not. Sometimes it's just relaxing, reading a book, listening to a podcast. I've been reading a book on Napoleon. Tonight, we have my reading club is getting together and talking about Napoleon and lessons learned from him and his reign and fall, and his reign and fall again. So get joy out of learning instead of problem solving everything. And when the Social Security Administration says they're going to run out of money in 2033, that's not a problem for me to solve. I don't expect, I give that 0% probability of happening. My concern, they may do something with means testing for people with more income, just saying, hey, you don't get Social Security, or you only get 75% of your Social Security, or it's 100% tax, something like that. But it's not a problem for me to solve. I need to create a plan that's adaptable and can react, which is completely different than problem solving. Number 7, competitiveness at work. I wasn't overly competitive, but I was competitive. I was competing for capital investment. I was competing for the best talent, for the best performing plant. All these KPIs, we had a nice little rivalry between the plants around the world and how our maintenance costs were, what our profit was, what our safety performance was. And you got rewarded for excelling and competing. In retirement, you're not competing with anybody. There's no trophies for first place in retirement. There's no best retirement. It's what you want to do, what you want to control. And this is very cool. I have a retirement group that gets together on Fridays at a park. And we just talk about life and issues and decisions and vacations. And, some of the things we talk about, like when are you taking Social Security? Are you taking Medicare Advantage or Medicare traditional? Power washing your driveway? Did you buy a new chainsaw? It could be anything. Good pair of shoes. And we're not competing at all. And we have all different levels of income. Some guys, most of those guys have a nice pension. I have a lump of money that I'm dealing with and managing. So our lifestyles are different. We're learning from each other, but we're not competing at all. I don't feel any competition with people right now. That's great. Number 8, always planning the next thing and aggressive planning. So I might have touched on this before, but always looking at detailed plans, at work for next year. Here's the actions we're going to take. We're going to take the bull by the horns. We're going to cut costs. We're going to increase quality. We're going to put in these new procedures. We're going to hire these 3 people. We're going to buy this new equipment. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to put in tighter controls on spending. The plant manager has to approve everything over $500. Boom, boom, boom. We're always creating those strategic plans. In retirement, the best plan is a good plan where the levers, that can improve your plan, like lowering your spending, delaying Social Security a little bit, taking less risk in your investments. Maybe it's the bucket strategy for when the market goes down, you take money from your fixed assets and don't remove money out of your growth assets when they're down. Okay. Tax strategies, all these things, very basic plan. Not basic. I can't say it's basic. There's a lot of tentacles in a comprehensive plan. I use Boldin for that. And I only go into Boldin once every 6 months, deep dive into it, know the levers around inflation, rates of return, timing of Social Security, my spending rate, all those kind of things. And I just react. I react to the market. I react to inflation instead of taking the aggressive approach. Big change in retirement, having a plan and sitting back and waiting to pull the lever to improve the situation. Boldin helps me know what that lever is, and I've demonstrated that on a dozen videos or so. It's a priceless tool to me in my retirement and my confidence in knowing I know the levers to make my plan successful. There's free 2 weeks with the link below. It's the first link you come to. I can't imagine my retirement without Boldin. Take a look at it. Number 9, chasing efficiency. At work, it's more, better, faster. We used to have these little mobiles that were hung up in our office that says it's not enough if you do more unless you do it better and faster. I remember that. That was around 1995. Faster, cheaper, better is always rewarded. Retirement, it's about experiencing life, strolling through life at a leisurely pace, okay? And you don't need to have the most efficient vacation. You don't need to go to Glacier National Park, see everything you possibly can in a week and rush back home. You take a nice leisurely stroll. You take a 3-week vacation out to Glacier National Park. That's what I'm planning. Nice, slow 3-day drive to get there, hang out there at least 6 days in the park. Maybe we'll do 3 more if we really are enjoying it. Slow travel, strolling through life instead of chasing efficiency. Number 10, emotional withdrawals, spending to fill the void. Work had its drama, and most of us don't like drama, or say we don't like drama, but we're attracted to the drama like a moth to a flame. You know, it's exciting. There's drama. There's chaos. There's problems at work. There's success at work. There's a problem employee. There's a recognized employee. There's just all these emotions throughout the day, where in retirement, there aren't those triggers. You know, you can go the whole day and not, I can go the whole day and not get in my car. I can go 2 days and never get in my car. I may not have another conversation with somebody besides my wife the entire day. Not a lot of drama, okay? Now here's the caution. In retirement, some people try to replace that drama and emotion with spending money. Go to the local casino. We have a casino here in my hometown, and it's full of retiree people trying to get a thrill playing the slot machines. It's pretty sad. I think it's sad. They can do whatever they want with their money, but be careful getting emotion from spending money, and you're replacing the emotion you loved at work. You got to find another way. For me, I love no drama, okay? Be careful getting drama from the news cycle. Oh my gosh. Talk about those companies, all of them, 24-hour news programs, a lot of podcasts, a lot of YouTube are trying to get you guys upset. And that's drama, and you're drawn to it. I am currently on a 30 minutes a day max news plan. I'm on 30 minutes a day. I'm trying to go the rest of the month, maximum 30 minutes. I don't want to go to 0. Maybe I'll go to 0 in November. We'll try that. But you got to manage your emotions. And during work, my younger career, I like that. I like the drama. Retirement, it's all bad. So there you go. There's my 10 behaviors that help you excel at work, help you get to the point of maybe an early retirement. They're actually going to hold you back from having a great retirement. Okay? Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything on my list. This is Joe out.